Hey everyone, Stalky boy back with another video within your walls. I was sleeping and in my dream, I kid you not, I got this weird impulse to just wake up. And when I got up and I was like, oh, but what time is it? I went to check my phone. I see Dead by Daylight made an update on Twitter and I go to it and I was like, oh shoot. We're getting the Myers rework, so this should be, this will be by the end of September, which is cool. I like this more than him getting updated in December, because October is Michael's month. So let's talk about it, because they changed quite a bit. I already read through it, but we're gonna go through everything one by one. First off, they replaced Evil Within with 2 modes that can be toggled with a button press. A Stalker mode, so he's 4.2, undetectable, and can stalk survivors in Stalker mode. Pursuer mode, 4.6 movement speed, 24 meter radius. I really like this. This is something that I kind of predicted. I said I wanted a like a way for like his vault speed to be increased in tier 2 as well, and they're finally committing to the bit. They're committing to the bit in pursuer mode. So I'm pretty sure this isn't even in like, you don't need a tier up for this. You can do this from like the start, which is super cool. You get increased vault speed. Who knows how much increase in vault speed? They don't go into any variables with like anything. But you get bonuses to lunge, range, break speed, and stun recovery. But you can't stalk, so there's gonna be a bit of a skill gap in terms of like hurry and switching, when to use stalker mode, when not to use stalker mode, when to use pursuer mode. This is kind of cool though, that you're going to be able to like whatchamacallit, like have to choose, but you also always get the vault, lunge, and break speed, whether you're in tier 2 or not. I apologize for my bit of fumbling. Like I said, I literally just woke up and I saw these changes. And when I was going through the changes, man, I was so confused at first. I was like, what are they doing to him? They're making him a dash slop killer. What? But that's not quite what they're doing. All right, so once you do stalk, fully evil Incarnate can be triggered at will, granting the following effects for a limited time. Survivors no longer become exposed. 4.6 meter percent movement speed, 40 meter tear radius, and an increased vault speed. So he gets a larger, and his vault speed is further increased. I wanted to see this. I really want Michael to be like really good at Windows, so I'm glad that they're doing that. And he gets a little bit of break speed. This is pretty similar to what I wanted. I wanted like increased vault, like a lot of increased vault speed, and I also gave him 1 break speed like little buff within my changes. So this is pretty cool, and he gets faster stun recovery. That is very cool. He unlocks the slaughter strike ability. Hold the button, the power button, to charge this ability, reducing movement speed. Press the attack button while charging to quickly lunge forward with limited turning, but that is crossed out. This is very important. We do see this kind of in action. It just looks like a normal lunge. Does he get limited turning or not? I don't know. This is kind of important to know. This is very important to know. Is he just Demogorgon? Is he Demogorgon? Is that where we're talking? Like once he like does the thing, he can't turn very good? Or I guess it'd be like not Wesker. Oh god, who does, like, Blight? Because his turning slowed down a little bit? Is that what we're talking about? Is he Blight now? Anyways. But it says adjusting the angle as you move. So maybe he has limited turning while he's charging the strike, but then once you're actually moving, it's like a normal lunge. I hope that's what that means. That's fine if that's what that is. And the length of the lunge depends on your charge time. I like this. This is pretty cool, because one of the most fun things to do with Michael is to it's to charge forward, right? It's to do that really long lunge. And it looks like you get coup de grace basically for free now. That's really cool. I like that. I think that's really fun. This also, from what it sounds like, Myers won't need to rely quite as much on chase perks. It all depends on variables though. How fast is this vault? How fast is his breaking speed? How much endurance does he get? Is it 3 seconds? Like, you know, does he get like a how good is this stuff? That really determines how much, like, you know, now Michael's ability is really going to be based off of a little slider here. It's like all these different numbers. I really hope there's going to be add-ons. I assume there will be, to help decrease his tear radius a little bit. This is so cool that Stalker mode, like, this is a toggle, right? And it says, oh wait, maybe we didn't get there. Okay. Wait. I did not read this when I was sleepy. Let's continue. Let's continue. Okay. If a survivor enters the killer's range while lunging, they are knocked into the dying state. This ability can also be used to destroy pallets. Okay, want to know a few things. Does endurance work on this? Because it just says if a survivor enters the killer's attack range while lunging, they're knocked. Does this go through the dying state? Does it go through endurance? I assume not. I'm going to assume not, but they don't clarify. So. And I did not read this. This ability can be used to destroy pallets. I didn't read that at all. I'm very curious to see how fast this is. This is, you know, it sounds like Demogorgon. And I predicted it. Unlocks the ability to grab, kill, or perform a regular mori on survivors who would die the next time they are hooked. So this is like nearly exactly what I said in my rework idea, where I was like, people don't like Tombstone. This is getting changed, so let's put Tombstone in his base kit. And people were really mad. They were like, no, Tombstone's not. You guys got to get ready. Tombstone's going to be dead by the end of the month. They're making this change because they are going to kill Tombstone. Tombstone is going bye-bye. And a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people are like, oh, you can only kill on Death Hook. This is good. It's not nearly as good as Tombstone, but Myers can guarantee kills. No pallet saves, no decisive strike, none of that. He can, like, if someone's on Death Hook, Myers is very dangerous when he's in this evil incarnate because he can just straight up kill you. There is no one that can save you. He can guarantee the kill. This is really good. Adjusted some of the mechanics of stalking. Remove the limited pool of stock points for survivor. I suggested that, so... I mean, everyone wanted this, so it's good that this is done. Reduce stalk range to 32 meters and remove distance modifier. Wait. Reduce stalk range to 32 meters? Can he not stalk at a distance? I didn't read that either. Wait. So he has to be, like... Does this... Hold on. They remove the distance modifier. Okay, this is really weird. So does he have to be within 32 meters to actually stalk you? Which case, I don't know if I really like that much, because usually Myers is stalking from afar. So... I don't know, man. Once again, I feel like I need clarification here. If it's like... You need to be 32 meters within them, but even if it's like, I think I might prefer it to like, he has to be within 32 meters rather than 32 meters or away. Huh. I don't know. This seems like a really weird... This seems like a weird change. Because if you're encouraging people to be like really up close to the shape, that's very weird movie-wise. Like in terms of accuracy and stuff, like Myers isn't like, I mean, there are times that yes, he is like, he's sneaky right behind you and then pow, you're donezo, you're killed. Gonzo. Moving while stalking is increased movement speed, but incurs a... Hold on, I'm still not actually done with talking about this. If they're 32 meters away though, he's gonna be really bad on maps called Leary. So, called Leary. Any like close quarters map, he's not gonna be too great on. So I really hope this is actually between the two evils. I would say it's better to be within those 32 meters. They remove the distance modifier, which that's good. That is good. Moving while stalking has increased movement speed, but incurs a reduced stalk rate. Oh, I think this is a cool change. I think this is a very cool change. I don't know about this, Yo, shoutouts to Guyan. I don't know about this. I do not know about this. This is very cool. This is like an accuracy kind of thing. So while Michael is standing still, he'll stalk faster than when he is moving and stalking, which that makes sense. That makes sense. When Michael is stalking, he is holding still. I usually like to hold still while stalking anyways for accuracy purposes. Anytime I could get a chance to just hold still and stalk someone, I liked it just because I was like, oh, I'm being movie accurate. I have Michael Myers, beware. So that's pretty cool. That's a cute little change. I like that. They say it reworked his add-ons. Tombstone's getting gutted. Get ready, you guys. Get ready. But Tombstone might still, like, they might give him, like, he can mori people after first hook. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. We will have to see. Because, you know, Tombstone doesn't depend on, like, stock juice anymore or anything like that. So I'm very curious to see. Myers still sounds like he has that screw you factor. You know what I mean? If I were to give him some add-ons, I'd make, like, maybe Eerie Tombstone. I'd basically be like, the lunge puts you in the dying state no matter what. Endurance, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about that stuff, right? Because a lot of the fun stuff about Myers is he's like an Uno reversal character. Survivors will do all this nonsense, and Michael doesn't care. You know, if you have Tombstone and you run in front of him, he'll murder you. He'll say goodbye. Good riddance. Die. You know? But, or like, you know, if a healthy survivor tries to take a hit for a survivor, he can be like, goodbye, farewell. You're going down. You're surely going to take the hit for him. Absolutely, you are. You're going to go into the dying state. And it sounds like he can still do that because this lunge attack can down them. And, you know, you get a look at the lunge attack here. And during all of this, I think, is this a max level lunge? That is about a max level lunge, yeah. There's going to be a bit of a skill gap for sure for Myers now. There's a few things. I still think he'll be a bit more on the easier side, but he will be harder to play than before for sure. There's a lot more things to manage. I mean, that is a far lunge. I'm still like trying to, like, you know, process a whole bunch of stuff. Vault Master Myers is going to be way scarier. I don't think... I mean, Play With Your Food's going to be really good on him still. Did they say if they're reworking Play With Your Food? I don't know if they said if they were reworking Play With Your Food. Play With Your Food is still going to be monstrous on this character. It's going to be really, really good with him. And he's going to need less chase perks too, because he can turn off his tear radius at will. Well, maybe tear radius perks are probably going to actually be the new good thing with him, because when he's in evil incarnate mode, his tear radius is 40 meters. You know, that's Wesker without the we're going fast. I mean, I guess he kind of has that. And I don't see the lunge attack take any from his evil incarnate. And, you know, that's another thing that we have to discuss. How long does evil incarnate... The biggest thing with this, when they discuss these changes, is they don't talk numbers at all, which I assume we're going to see on Tuesday. But that is a big part as to how good this is all going to be. How long do I have to stalk people for? What does this mean? What does this mean exactly? I need to... We kind of need to figure out that. I like that they removed the distance modifier. That's nice. There's no longer any kind of like limited evil pool or anything like that. I need to know how fast his vault speed is. It sounds like in tier 3 he's gonna have an extremely fast vault, because if he gets the first edition within tier 2 and then he gets another edition in tier 3, that's very that is a really fast vault. You probably don't need stuff like bamboozle or anything like that. And if he has a faster braking speed, you don't really need whatchamacallit, like brutal strength. I'll probably still use fire up on him. I like the faster pickup speed, and, you know, fire up with this extra stuff, that's gonna be pretty cool. That's gonna be very cool. The fact that you can just switch, I like that you still have the ability to sneak up on people. And then I'm assuming from Stalker mode, you can still activate I guess it's not tier 3, evil incarnate mode. That is such a cool name. I love that Evil Incarnate is just a freaking mode. That is way cooler than just tier 3. It's Evil Incarnate. Very cool. But yeah, the fact that you can turn his Terra radius off whenever, that is very cool. With these changes though, because his Terra radius is so big in tier 3, Terra radius perks I think are going to be important. Either that, or if you don't have Terra radius perks or anything like that, then I think what's going to be important is actually having smaller tier 3s that don't last as long, because you're gonna want to be sneaky a lot. This is a big old, this is chonky. This is a fat Terra radius, but you can use that to your advantage. You know, you could Infectious Fright is going to be even better on this character. Infectious Fright, play with your food is still going to be amazing on him, unless they're changing play with your food. I don't, because right here they said they're reworking his add-ons, but hold on, I actually don't think I read this real quick. By moving away from linear evil within tiers, players now have more choice in how they approach situations. Slaughtering Strike makes for a high threat offensive attack, allowing killers to quickly close the distance on their prey, maintain some control, and get those incidents. The shape is known for working up to. Understanding his kit is quite changed. We've done a pass on nearly all his add-ons. Interesting. Reworking many of them so they offer more unique effects. Oh man. Stay tuned for patch notes for the full details on the, man, I really can't wait. This sounds really fun. I'm really positive mostly about it. There's just a few small things I need to know. It's mostly numerical things. How good is some of this stuff, you know? I am very happy that he is finally getting a base kit Mori. I feel like if any character deserves a base kit Mori, it's Michael. Michael should have some kind of a base kit Mori mechanic. And don't get too sad, Tombstone Doubters. It could be that Tombstone helps you kill people a lot easier. I'm hoping that's the case. I hope Tombstone still makes it easier to kill people. Maybe you just have to hook them once and then you can do it. So people aren't instantly taken out of the game. He still has a really powerful add-on. In terms of how good this will make him, I don't know. It's really hard to say if he'll... Like, it's really cool that he can just turn his Terra radius off. Like, it says 2 modes that can be toggled with a button press. This is kind of like what we've been saying with being able to swap to tier 1 and 2. People have been wanting that. That's basically what you can do. You can swap from tier 1 and 2 at will, which is very cool. Did it say Evil Incarnate is a button press? Yep, it can be triggered at will. Okay, so that is now a button press, which is something that we've been wanting for a long time. So I'm happy to see that that is now a button press as well. I'm trying to like play it out in my head as to how good this will be. Like, movement speed is gonna, like, his biggest flaw is gonna be that he can't move around very fast, especially, you know, in this mode. You know, he's gonna be a lot slower, you know? So if he can walk around without a Terra radius, but he has a much smaller Terra radius. And, you know, if he decides to stay in the Pursuer mode, 24 meters is nice. You know, that's Hag, I believe. Which, you know, that is cool. It's not 60 meters, but of course Dead Rabbit could still decrease your Terra radius too. Maybe that makes it 60 meters. And this does help a lot for, you know, for what people have been complaining about. People are like, oh, I hate that Michael can just walk around with an 8-meter Terra radius and insta-down me. Now he can walk around with no Terra radius and insta-down you, but he is slower, so you should be getting a bit more of a warning. A little bit more of a warning, you know, for him to go for... I wonder if... Well, maybe you could, like, round the corner and then hurry and go 4.6 and then go straight into Evil Incarnate. I wonder if that's something you can do here. Are they separate button presses? Is, like, going into Evil Incarnate and go... I assume, like, going from Evil Incarnate in the Evil Within or Stalker Pursuer are separate button presses, because you should still be able to rotate between these modes if you want to. Unless maybe once you get enough stock, you can no longer enter Stalker mode. If that's the case, that is stupid. That is very stupid. I still feel like Michael should have the ability, like, because that's his biggest strength, is being able to sneak up on people and go pa 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 pa. And now he has to actually charge the lunge now too, though. So there still is a bit of a time there. There's a lot to think about. I don't know how much better he'll be. I think he'll be better. I don't think this will. It depends on some add-on changes too. I don't know if this will launch him straight to the top. I really just need to play him. I need to play him and figure it out. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm just trying to figure it all out in my head, you know? I'm pretty positive about this. I think it'll be fun. That's the most important thing, is it sounds fun. A lot of the key features about the shape that people like the mori. Now he gets the mori base kit. People like the lunge, they're keeping it. He has an insta-down. People like the insta-down, they're keeping it. He can still be sneaky with Stalker mode. And he also has Pursuer mode, which enhances his chasing ability. He gets the vol, he gets lunge, he gets break and stun recovery. He gets all that stuff. That's very cool. People wanted more of a skill gap to Myers. Myers is gonna have not crazy. This still sounds like Myers will be fairly easy, but there's more skill involved for sure with Myers. I think a lot of it depends on how much this is. I think it depends on how much this is. I don't understand this. Is it close? Is it far? Like, what are we encouraging here? Can Myers only stalk from far away? I don't know. This whole thing in general, I feel like they can like remove the distance modifier. That's great, but maybe we can just take this out. I don't really know why we're reducing his stalk range. That seems kind of weird. I don't really get that. But everything else sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty fun, The lunge attack itself, I imagine there will be a bit of a physical, like, what would you call it? A physical skill gap versus more of a, I can't think of the word. Like I said, I just woke up, the mechanical skill, and then there's like the meta skill, the macro versus micro. That's what I'm talking about here. It sounds like he has a bit of that. When to use Stalker mode, when to use Pursuer mode, and then you're also going to have to get used to using his new lunge and stuff. I really hope there's an add-on that increases the lunge. Maybe a Fragrant Tuft of Hair, we can just make him have a super lunge now. That would be cool. That'd be really fun, I think. That'd be really, really cool. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure that I had all my thoughts out. I think I do. This sounds positive. This sounds very fun. Right now, good job behavior, but I need to actually get my hands on it and play it for myself before I actually am like, good job. This is the only thing I find a little frightening. I don't know the deal with that. Everything else sounds very fun though. This is the only thing I'm like, huh? What is that about? What is this about? Everything else sounds pretty fun though. I hope you enjoyed. If you want all the Myers rework stuff, subscribe. Because if you subscribe, awesome things will happen. There will be lots of Myers gameplay. We're going to break it down. Of course, I'll have to make another Myers guide. Yep. All right, take care, everybody.